the eukaryotic cell. We'll revisit comparing eukaryotic cells and prokaryotic cells at the end of the lecture. But first, let me just guide you through a panoramic view of the eukaryotic cell. First, you have the plasma membrane. The plasma membrane has various functions, and I will go over the main ones now. The first is cell-to-cell recognition. The second is import and export of various nutrients and ions. And the last is you can have extensions of the plasma membrane, for example, pseudopodia, that are involved in motility. Those are three functions of the plasma membrane. Okay, now let me walk you through the other components of the eukaryotic cell. Here in purple, you have the nucleus, which stores the genetic material of the eukaryotic cell. In brown, like before, you have the ribosomes, which are involved in synthesizing proteins. Then in blue, you have the endoplasmic reticulum. The ones studded with ribosomes are the rough ER, while here to the left, the endoplasmic reticulum that's not studded with ribosomes, is the smooth ER. Smooth ER. The rough ER and the smooth ER will be involved in processes like protein modification, calcium storage, and calcium ion storage, and steroid synthesis. We'll go into that in more detail later in the lecture. Next, in green, you have the Golgi, which is like a packaging center for the cell. It'll mark different components for their final destination. It also modifies proteins and lipids. In magenta, you have lysosomes, which are involved in autophagy and digestion. In this beautiful orange color, you have mitochondria. Which are the powerhouse of the cell, a site where ATP is produced through oxidative phosphorylation. In pink, you have cytoskeleton elements here. So I'll just say cytoskeleton. And we'll go over the three types of cytoskeleton elements later, which is the microtubule, the intermediate filaments, and microfilaments. In black, you have centrioles, which are involved in microtubule formation. And then lastly, in red, you have the flagellum, which is involved in motility. And that is your overview of the eukaryotic cell. Obviously, in white here, you have your cytoplasm as well. Okay, I will clear the ink and then ask you your three questions. Which components of the eukaryotic cell are animal cell specific and not present in plant cells? Centrioles, flagella, centrosomes are all of the above. Which is not present in plant cells? And the answer is all of the above. Plant cells do not have centrioles, centrosomes, or flagella. Which of the following are not found in prokaryotes? Ribosomes, mitochondria, DNA, or flagella? And the answer is mitochondria, because prokaryotes cannot have membrane-bound organelles like the mitochondria, but they do have ribosomes, they do have DNA, circular DNA chromosomes, and they do have flagella. Which eukaryotic cell component is not present in prokaryotes? Ribosomes, DNA, nucleus, or flagella? And the answer is nucleus, because that is a membrane-bound organelle. Instead, prokaryotes store their DNA in the nucleoid. So that's it. My name is Lutfi Hawk. I was your instructor today. I went to Phillips Exeter Academy, did my bachelor's at Cornell University, and currently I'm a PhD candidate at the University of Pennsylvania. I've done research internships at Stanford Medical School in California, at Mayo Clinic, in Minnesota, and the National Institutes of Health near Washington, D.C. I'd love to share whatever I've learned, and if you found this helpful, come join us in our weekly live classes where we'll cover the full chapter with additional new questions on every topic, and you'll be able to see me in person, interact with me, and ask me whatever questions you had during the lecture and during the live Q&A at the end. If you have any corrections, suggestions, or comments, please comment down below. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, CBSE Ivy Academy. Join the family for future updates and details, and I hope you found this helpful.